Buenos dias. Buenos dias. I want to welcome you to Casa Ruby, where everybody's home, whether you have a house, whether you have a lease or a deed, but mainly for those who do not have a deed or a lease, but still make Washington, D.C. their home. We're very lucky to live in a city that is very welcoming of all the intersections of people like myself, like the people who live in this house. And today, we actually make DC our home. DC is home to the largest population of gay, lesbian, bisexual people per capita in the country. We also are the home to the largest population of transgender people, probably in the world. So we are in a very special place. And today we are very excited to welcome once again someone who has taken on a challenge. Doing work with homelessness is not easy. It is not easy, I can tell you that. There are many people who have been doing this work for so many years. And we have done great things, but we continue to deal with this issue. But it really takes a special people to do this work. And that is why I'm so thrilled to be here today to welcome our mayor, Muriel Bowser, someone who before she came mayor worked so hard on this issue. We had lots of meetings when she was head of the housing committee at the council, and with her staff and with her, we addressed LGBT needs at a time when the conversation was not even there. So it has been a long time since that, right? But we have come a long way. And today, I know that our home and all of the ones across the city, like the one to Alston, in all of those places that are welcoming homeless youth, particularly those who are LGBT, we're making our city better at a time when the whole country is turning its back on them, right? So I want to thank you once again, and I want to welcome all of you, because while the rest of the country is turning its back on our LGBT people, you are actually embracing them. Welcome, Muriel Bowser, our mayor.
Good to see you. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's always good to be at Casa Ruby. And so let me thank Ruby and the whole team here for your vision, persistence, tenacity, and just true love for helping young people, for being a champion in the LGBT community, and for setting a standard for the rest of the nation. And it's true that we are leaders in our city. Today, I'm joined by the Deputy Mayor for Health and Human Services, HyeSook Chung, Kristy Greenwalt, who is the Director of the Interagency Council on Homelessness, and Laura Zeilinger, who is the Director of the city's Health and Human Services Agency. We were here just a little while ago talking about youth homelessness at Casa Ruby. Then I think we were talking about additional funds and making sure that we would keep our promises to locate our homeless youth and to make sure that we're tracking them. We know that when we don't count issues or people, nobody will address them. And so it was so important for us to be able to do that. 2 years ago, I think you know, we made a bold promise. People thought I was crazy. They still think I'm a little bit crazy, but we said we would end homelessness in Washington, D.C. and we can do it. Because of our Homeward DC strategic plan, we will be able to fulfill this promise, and we are well on our way to ensuring that every DC resident has a place to call home. With the support of the Council of the District of Columbia, which has been tremendous, we are investing more in affordable housing than in any other jurisdiction in the country. We launched new homelessness prevention services in DC, and we have increased our investments in permanent supportive housing and in other programs like rapid rehousing, targeted affordable housing, and permanent supportive housing by more than 60%. We have developed a real forward-thinking plan to finally close DC General. If you're like me, you think and you know that DC General is no place for families to live, even for the short term, even in emergencies. So our plan will build across the city more humane, smaller facilities that will help families experiencing an emergency get the help that they need, the services they need, but then be on their way to affordable housing. Today, we are building on this progress, and we are launching the Solid Foundations DC, the Interagency Council on Homelessness strategic plan to prevent and end youth homelessness. Solid Foundations is the first ever strategic plan focused on the needs of unaccompanied youth. We have one goal: to end youth homelessness by 2020. I'm proud to say we are one of the first cities in the country to have a data-driven plan focused on ending youth homelessness. And it is and has been a top priority for our administration from day one. In Washington, D.C., and in cities across our nation, growing inequality and insufficient affordable housing has caused the homeless rate to rise. We are on a mission to change this trajectory, and we are working to ensure that homelessness in our city is rare, brief, and non-recurring. The district's 2017 point-in-time count reflects the number of people and families experiencing homelessness in the district on a given day. This day was January 25th, 2017, and it indicates that we're making real progress towards this goal. Compared to the 2016 results, just the previous year, this year's count indicates a 21.8% reduction in the number of families experiencing homelessness. It also shows a 10.5% reduction in the number of people experiencing homelessness and a 2.7% reduction in the number of unaccompanied youth. We know that homelessness, however, is not just an adult or family phenomenon. And to holistically address the homelessness issue in our city, we know we need a strategy focused specifically on youth. I think what we all should remember is that our young people, the teenagers, they're not just little adults. They have their own specific youth issues, and we're smart enough to figure out how to address them directly. Young people who are experiencing homelessness have historically remained more hidden to the public eye and more reluctant to seek help. And we cannot forget that our young people are particularly vulnerable when they don't have caring adults or a safe place to stay. This instability results in a significant impact on their development, their mastery of critical thinking skills, their hopefulness, and their ability to finish school, get great jobs, and raise their own families right here in Washington, D.C. So we want, and with your help, we will implement the best strategy to address their needs. And we first need to reach out and have effective means to reach out to people who are experiencing homelessness. We need to better understand their challenges and better support their needs. So 2 years ago, with the help of our youth service serving agencies and community providers, that's exactly what we did. We initiated an annual census of unaccompanied youth experiencing homelessness. And data from that study has served the foundation for Solid Foundations DC. In just 2 short years, we're seeing government agencies, nonprofits, private sector partners collaborate in ways that are unimaginable, and we think their effects will be far-reaching. So I want to thank you for this important work. We want to ensure that every Washingtonian of every age, of every background, has an equal shot at success in this city and to contribute to its prosperity. And we know that in a city with a growing prosperity like ours, we can make these investments. Solid Foundations is one example of how we will do that. So I want to congratulate all of you who have been a part of it. This is the start, not the end of the work that we must do, and we will do it together. Deputy Mayor Chung?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Mayor. Thanks again for your leadership and your commitment to ending homelessness for youth. Again, we are going to kick off a Q&A session, but I wanted to highlight a few principles behind the strategic plan and want to again thank Ruby and the wonderful staff at Casa Ruby. As the mayor said, we are thrilled to announce the launch of Solid Foundations DC, the Interagency Council on Homelessness strategic plan to end and prevent youth homelessness. We know the real solutions for youth homelessness must go beyond just providing permanent housing. The services and supports must also include reducing trauma, supporting physical and emotional health, ensuring vulnerable youth develop the healthy and long-lasting relationships, and build the skills necessary to adulthood so they can have independent and ensure independent living. Solid Foundation provides a framework in which we want to advance and focus on this coordinated work to prevent and end homelessness for youth. A couple principles we want to focus on is, one, we need a baseline of information. We need to define and put contextual information about youth and youth experiencing homelessness and specific metrics that's going to allow us as a city to engage in real problem solutions and successes long term. We want to be able to track our successes. And second, we want to detail what is known about the causes and the costs of homelessness. We know that the trend in the district is tremendous here, and we have the largest, as Ruby said, LGBTQ youth, and we want to track that. We want to gauge the costs associated of ending homelessness. And finally, we want to identify key strategies that are going to enhance services. We know that our youth need more, that they need specialized services, and we want to provide a systematic approach that focuses on their needs. And finally, we know that government can't do it alone. As the mayor said, this is a true partnership, and with you and with Casa Ruby, with a data-driven plan that we are set before us, we can do it as a city. And by working together, we can build this integrated system to support our youth. And we are so excited to see everybody here. And with that, we're going to turn it over to Q&A with Kristy Greenwalt. And I want to recognize Director Zeiner, who will be here to answer questions. Yep.
Absolutely. All right. Do we have any questions?
Yes.
Yes.
My name is Tamika. I was wondering if there are going to be any funding provided for the older LGBTs that are aged out of the system.
Yeah, so we're very excited. The mayor's FY18 budget includes $2.4 million in targeted resources to launch implementation of the plan. So that will be additional shelter beds, transitional housing beds, and rapid rehousing and some permanent supportive housing to ensure we're starting to build that comprehensive system of care. Some of those beds will certainly be earmarked because we know that, again, as we've heard today, that our LGBTQ youth and older transition age youth experience homelessness at a disproportionate rate, and so we want to make sure we're building special programming, so we will continue to do that.
Well, I'm asking specifically for those that are not youth.
So the plan...
I'm 50 years
Yep.
old, and if Casa Ruby was to shut down today, I would end up having to go to a regular shelter, and I'm not comfortable with that.
Yep, and that's actually, it's really, see Director Zeiler shaking her head, that's an important strategy that we've been talking a lot about in our adult system, is how we can create special programming. And really, it's important that all of our providers are culturally competent and can serve anyone who comes to their door. But that is an ongoing conversation, is how to create targeted programming in the adult system as well. Are there other questions about the plan?
Did you get some sleep while preparing it?
I gave her my Thanksgiving dinner to write, but we're really excited. It's been a long time coming.
Yes.
Yep.
But to your point, I think we did a study for senior LGBT housing. Did we not? We're supposed to. Right? It's coming. Okay.
It's coming.
I remember because I think I funded it a couple of years ago. And so we will continue. Do you want to add something? Yeah. Yep, go ahead.
My name is Darren Glenn from the chair of the Wanda Austin Board.
Yep.
So I just had a question. So is this going to be a council that's going to be comprised of representatives from the public as well as the district? Could you just elaborate a little bit?
Sure. The Interagency Council actually already exists.
Oh, it does?
Yep, under statute, the Homeless Services Reform Act. So there's dedicated seats for cabinet level directors, like Director of Human Services and other agencies. But we also have about 15 seats for community members that are appointed. And we also have, there's probably 16 different committees and work groups working on different parts of implementation. Those are all open, and we encourage our stakeholders to participate in that implementation.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
My name is Anthony. The money that you're talking about that's available, is there going to be funds available to start programs for adult LGBTQ community people?
Yeah, I'll address that because it falls more within sort of the scope of what we're looking at in the Department of Human Services. So we are looking across and are luckily nimble enough to be continuing to assess where are there gaps in our system and unmet needs. So we're in a process actually together with Ruby and bringing together some other stakeholders to understand where the gaps are. And we are looking at the opportunity to move some funding in order to open some specialized programs in the short run with existing funding. So it's something that we hope to do in the coming months. We're just trying to get a sense of the size and scale and how we have a strategy that both, as Director Greenwalt said, makes the existing programs more culturally competent, welcoming, and safe for whoever may choose those low-barrier programs, and for those who don't feel like that's a place that they can safely go or feel comfortable going, that we also have some differentiated services. In our community, we want that nobody has to sleep on the street because there isn't a shelter bed that feels safe to them, and we're working very hard at making that system possible. Ruby and I are discussing, and we will be very quickly convening a range of different stakeholders. As part of that conversation, we really do invite your input. As the Deputy Mayor said, this isn't anything that government can do alone. We have to do it in partnership together, and that is how we do our best work. And we understand there's some unmet need right now, and we're very committed to addressing it.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I think we'll be here for a few minutes if there are other questions that come up. Thank you for coming. Thank you.